So the question is, if we want to get a drawing just to get an idea, what is the cost of that? What is the cost of that, dear brother? Why don't you tell this nice lady over here?
So typically what we do is we provide concept drawings for around $200, and then if you want to look at it several different ways, there's a per sheet page price of about $50 for additional views and additional elevations and things like that to get that done. So usually within a couple $100, you're really dialed into what to having a really good idea of what you're looking at.
And the nice thing is my brother will sit down with you and just, you can redline it, which, you know, just draw all over it, like, hey, I want to move this here, and kind of John Madden it, if you will.
Oh yeah.
Which is very, very helpful.
That is the design process. That's the fun part, getting out the pens and the crayons and scribbling all over it, yeah.
Yep.
Chief architect.
What he said.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show.
It's an intense program.
Yeah, my brother just did that, so we can talk after the show. Listen to me like a rock star. We'll talk after the show. Like this, come on. It's all going to my head. It's the spotlights. Sorry. All right. Well, great question so far, class. We've got another 15 minutes. Yes.
If you're considering doing part of the job yourself, how do you start that conversation with the contractor, or is that not a topic that contractors are willing to discuss?
So much of that is going to depend on the individual contractor. What we do at Biehl Brothers, what we usually say, if you're in there before and you're in there after, that's fine. But during the middle of the project, we've never had that work. So we had this one time where this person was like the best plumber in the world, and they wanted to use and it was like their friend. It wasn't somebody who actually owned their own business. And then their friend got in there, and then they got in a fight with their friend, and their friend wasn't showing up. And we're like, guys, we gotta get this show on the road, you know. So what we have, so it's going to be, to answer your question, it's going to be an individual basis based on the company. Start that conversation immediately, because that may rule out some companies, and if they don't want to work with you and that's what you want to do, then you don't have to work with them. But yeah, so if you want to get in there and demo, I suggest that. That's great. It's very cathartic. Breaking stuff is a lot of fun. Another easy thing to do is, at the end, is a lot of times the client will paint. That's another one. You know, you don't have to pay me to paint. Not everybody can do it. Some marriages, what we call painting in the business, is a marriage accelerator. So if you got a good foundation and you can paint together without killing each other, then we recommend that you do that. But sometimes you know, it doesn't work out so well. So for our firm in particular, if you're there before or after, we're happy to accommodate that, but not in the middle. And so much of that just depends on the individual contractor, and ask that question immediately.
Just to recap, the question that was asked was, is it okay if the homeowner would choose to do some of the upfront work, some of the demo, something like that, or maybe do some of the other work within the scope? And, you know, again, to recap, the best policy in what we often work with is things on the very front or things on the very back. Things in the middle, typically, our guys work at a very quick pace, and we typically outpace people.
Great question. Great question.